What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all so you get notified as soon as any new content drops on this channel. Without further ado, let's get into this one. So, very recently, there's been a lot of talk and a fair bit of hype around Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. And yeah, this initially, when this whole talk and all the stuff about Tyson Fury started, I found it quite, interesting, quite intriguing really, because first of all, I think Tyson Fury was talking about fighting Usyk, or I think it started from Usyk actually, once he'd beaten Joshua, saying that, look, the one I want to fight is Tyson Fury. I'm not really about boxing anybody else apart from Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was saying, yeah, I'll put my fist through you, you middleweight, blah, blah, blah. Started saying, yeah, let's get it in December, blah, blah, blah. But then Usyk was like, no, I'm not going to be rushed like that. I'm not fighting in December. I'm going to wait until next year. I need to spend time with my family. I need to enjoy them, which is fair enough. He come off of a hard battle against Anthony Joshua. Then attention shifted from Tyson Fury talking about Usyk, or Usyk talking about Fury, to now Fury talking about fighting Joshua, saying that in spite of your losses, Joshua, I'm giving you the opportunity, fight the Gypsy King, make the Gypsy King money, blah, blah, blah. You've got this great opportunity now. You can take on the Gypsy King. You can make some money, you can redeem yourself. Let's do it, the Battle of Britain. I'm giving you golden opportunity. I'm laying out the red carpet for you. This is brilliant for you. Just sign the contract, just do this, do that. And, I remember my thoughts at the time were that, okay, Fury's kind of painting this narrative that, yeah, he's given this great opportunity, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, it's you're talking about fighting a guy that's coming off of back-to-back losses. You're talking about fighting a guy that you're not gonna make more money fighting anybody else other than Anthony Joshua. So you're talking about a guy who's a cash cow in the sport. You're talking about fighting a guy that's coming off of consecutive losses. You're talking about a guy that's confidence is going to be low. He's going to be trying to find himself again. He's going to, he needs to sort of rebuild himself. You're talking about fighting a guy that's all these things, and he's at a low point, obviously, because he's coming off of losses. So at the same time as you're talking about, and many of his fans and people in boxing saying, oh yeah, he's giving Joshua an opportunity. But I think some of them are missing the fact that, yeah, he's giving Joshua an opportunity, but he's also giving himself an opportunity, because he's not fighting Joshua at his best. And don't get me wrong, look, I think even prior to the losses against Usyk, I reckon I would pick Fury to beat Joshua anyway, so don't get it twisted like that. But now Joshua's at a low point, so he's kind of giving himself an opportunity to make a lot of money, to fight a guy that is at a weak point in his career, low point in his career. So as much as he's giving Joshua the opportunity, he's giving himself the opportunity to make the most money in what stylistically might be a lot simpler a task than taking on someone like Usyk, who's a southpaw. It's a bit more complex. You sort of know what you're getting with Joshua. Anyway, so yeah, he imposed this deadline on Joshua, said, oh, if you don't sign it by Monday, which I believe the Monday just gone, if you don't sign it by then it's all over for you. I'll leave you on your own. And he'd come on the day before saying, yeah, the clock's ticking, Joshua, blah, blah, blah. Comes on the Monday, says, oh, look, he's not signed it by 5 o'clock, so he's a coward. He's this, he's that, he's a dosser, blah, blah, blah. He's a coward. I knew he didn't have the minerals. He didn't have the guts to fight the Gypsy King. And he's going on his little rant and saying, yeah, see, I told you, he's a coward, blah, 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 blah. But to me, I'm thinking that it's really and truly, it's not that straightforward, because Joshua said, it's with my legal team. He made a video to say that. I'm going to sign your contract. I'm going to agree to sign. It's with my legal team. That's what it is. They're going through it. They're seeing, what's what with it. And I think on Fury's part, this is kind of, if he really was serious about having this fight, which is up for debate, no one knows, I don't know what's in his mind. I don't think he has any fear of Joshua, but you've got to ask yourself, was he really ever serious about taking this fight? Because if he was serious, I don't think he would be sort of imposing deadlines and trying to dictate terms like that to Joshua if he was really serious, because you're not gonna get anywhere trying to. Everyone's got ego, but Fury's got ego, Joshua's got ego, the promoters, Warren, her, they all got their own ego in that. So by you trying to, pee him off and say, yeah, you've got this time, boy, by this time, that's not gonna work. At the end of the day, Joshua's going to work at his own pace, and he's got to make sure that he and his team are happy with this contract. But obviously, as I think it was Simon Jordan, he said on the TalkSport that what Joshua and his team could have done was, send a contract back with whatever they're not happy with to Team Fury, make that public, or maybe not public, whatever it is, send back a contract to them with whatever changes they want to be made, and then put it in their court, and then there you go, and then it's on them, everyone can see. And obviously that's not what Team Joshua has done. They've, I don't know, it seems to be whatever they have done or whatever they're not happy with, it's not in the public arena, and to me that's fine. But I also see the point, Sam Jordan was making, that look, you could send a contract back with whatever amendments you want, and then see, leave it with them. Fair point. But at the same time, as Frank Warren said, which was interesting when you hear what he said. He also was on one of those shows on TalkSport, and he said that, look, this imposition of this deadline thing that, you've got to sign by 5 o'clock on Monday, he said that was never going to happen. That's something that Tyson's trying to do. That's his ego. That's him imposing this deadline. Frank Warren made it clear that this whole deadline thing of, you've got to do it by this time and this date and whatever, he made it clear that's not him. His son and Hearn and all that, they're in talks, and the TV companies are in talks. He made it clear that, look, this is a Tyson Fury thing. He's the one imposing the deadlines. He's the one saying, you've got to do it by this time. It's not Warren as the promoter trying to do that, because obviously Warren as the promoter, Hearn and the TV, they understand this is a big fight. This is a fight that's going to generate a fortune. So it's not them guys, it's just Tyson Fury and his ego sort of talking about this deadline. And there is the theory out there that people have said, both fans of Joshua and people who are sort of neutral on it, a lot of them have said, look, this is just one of them things where Fury doesn't really want the fight, but he's just using Anthony Joshua's name to sell himself versus Manuel Char or whoever he's going to fight. I don't know about that. Could be true, could be false. I have no idea. Only sort of Tyson Fury will know those things. But yeah, it's a bit of a strange situation. Even when, I will say for myself, even when the whole thing broke that, we're going to have this fight, I was quite hopeful. But at the same time, just as it was last year in where Fury was saying, great, Daniel Kinnan, we've got this over the line, Daniel, blah, blah, blah. And where Hearn was going around promoting, that time it seemed like it was going to happen, and it didn't happen. So I'm always going to be skeptical about this sort of stuff. But with Fury, whether he wanted this for real or not, I don't know. Warren sort of said he's not 100%, he's not sure whether this fight can actually happen. Because he said Tyson Fury's imposed this deadline. I've not imposed it as a promoter. This is something that Tyson's doing. So as far as he was concerned, negotiations were still ongoing. So, this is one of them where in as far as how I feel, I would say that I think I'm kind of doubtful that this fight happens now. I think Tyson Fury is going to probably just take this thing, take his videos and stuff, and where he said, you got to sign by this time, Joshua, and he's going to say, look, people, I gave him a deadline. I told him he had the contract for 10 days. I told him to sign the contract. I gave him a great opportunity to fight me. He would have made more money than fighting anyone else, blah, blah, blah. He's coming off of losses. I'm giving him the opportunity, and he didn't sign the contract. So he's the coward. And I think what Tyson's going to do is just take the fact that Joshua didn't sign the contract, forget whatever the reasons were, and just run with that narrative, and then fight someone else and, do whatever he's going to do. Maybe fight Usyk next year, maybe don't. Maybe I don't know what he's going to do, but my feeling is that what he's going to do is just go off and run with the narrative that Joshua didn't sign, and, his guys will believe him. It is a weird one, though, to me, because I think that the reason I consider it a weird one is because Fury would, in my view, be a big favorite against Anthony Joshua. So as much as I think that's what he's going to do, he's just going to run off and say, see, I gave him the chance, he didn't take it. Much as I think that's what he's going to do, I think if he does that, it's kind of a wasted opportunity, because I would make him a massive favorite to beat Anthony Joshua. So he'd be kind of squandering a lot of money by not taking that fight. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And until next time, it's MKO Pugilism, over and out.